Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Mind your business. Only on Money FM 89.3.
Welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm Ahmad Akhtar. How cluttered is your home? Or perhaps you know of someone who's displayed hoarding behaviors and just can't seem to find a solution for it. Well, here's the thing. You're not alone, because just recently Singapore's self-storage industry has seen a significant rise in occupancy rates, with numbers rising to 82%. That's above the Asia-Pacific average of 80%. Our next guest has just the solution to minimize the clutter and expand the space in your home. Having been inspired by a TV drama from way back, he started Work+Store and has since committed to providing the best storage facilities for all types of belongings. So to find out how he's making it affordable to declutter your home or business space, we're pleased to welcome on the show Mr. Danny Wong, CEO of Work+Store. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for coming on to talk about this topic. First and foremost, Work+Store. What inspired this name?
Well, back in 2015, we see there's a rise, the starting rise of e-commerce. We do see a group of people looking for storage space, and in fact, storage space sizes demand became even smaller. We receive inquiries as small as 80 to 100 square feet. That's where we thought, hey, why not create a segment for this group of customers where they can not only just store their stuff with us, they can also use it as a workplace for them to do their packing, distribution and stuff.
Very interesting. Now, you were apparently inspired by a TV drama to kickstart this business. Tell us a bit more about that origin story.
Well, in fact, the true fact is when I was young, I was inspired to be an accountant. But before I entered the university, I was about to make choices in my life, which course to take. And coincidentally, there was this TV Hong Kong drama that I watched. It's about three young boys being friends, buddies for a while. Decided to dabble into real estate, starting with a small piece of land, where they grew into being a developer over the years, getting the company big. So that got me interested in how they navigate through the real estate career of their lives.
Well, it's interesting. I guess it's proof that binging on those TV dramas pays off in the end. So we're all familiar, Danny, with the traditional warehousing concept. Involves stock picking, inventory management, and order fulfillment. Self-storage facilities, how do they differ from traditional warehousing, and what kind of demographic do you cater to?
Well, first of all, let's touch on the demographic. We do see there's rise in e-commerce, especially during COVID period, where there's a lot of individuals starting their own small business at home by selling on marketing platforms like Lazada and Shopee. When they reach the stage where the home is cluttered with their inventory, they start to look for storage space. That's where we saw them starting to take up self-storage units from us and coming to the units on a regular basis to do their picking. We start to create an experience for them to store with us. So other than that, coming to store, we observe that they need a space to pack. They need a space to pass on to the last mile guys. So we create shared facilities like a packing area for them. We also have a consolidated drop-off point for them to pass it on to the last mile providers, making it easier for everyone to have a smooth transition in terms of the chain. And that's how we got into the space itself, focusing on e-commerce customers.
Yeah, no surprises then that an annual survey report by JLL for Self-Storage Association Asia noted that self-storage operators here in Singapore saw a 15 or 14% increase in demand from business users, who now make up about 40% of their customer base, and that's up from 26% in 2023. So how does it work? What's the process like? If, let's say, I, for instance, have an antique chair that I want to store with you, how do I go about getting this done? What's the minimum storage period? What are the storage costs?
So just an antique chair or a couple of furniture is always looking at how big a space does the customer needs.
Okay.
And it can range from as small as 15 square feet all the way to 100 square feet. But the sweet spot is always about 30 to 50 square feet now, because since the customer is getting a storage space, why not store more things, right? And they can inquire with us. We will show them the space. We in fact have two offerings. Either they can take a unit from us and store on their own, or they can go through our valet offering that we can pick up the items from their home and then we store it in a shared warehouse environment. And when they want to pick it up, they just call us, we'll send it back.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are two types of.
And in terms of the costs, what are we looking at in terms of, the minimum amount or the maximum amount even?
Right. So for a private storage space, you can look at as low as $200 a month. For the valet, you can look as low as $100 a month.
$100 a month. Okay. But for some businesses you were mentioning earlier, they pay up to $3,000 to $4,000 a month.
Yes.
On a continuing basis.
Correct. That's because they need a much bigger space to store their inventory. They could be taking 2 to 3 units of 100 square feet or even 150 square feet. And depending of the needs, because we offer flexible lease term, it can range from 1 month to 3 months to a year. So depending on season as well, e-commerce sellers usually want to stock up during festive season, like 11/11, Black Friday, Christmas.
Yes.
That's where they want to stock up their inventory. That's where we offer flexible lease. They can take up additional space for that couple of months.
Okay, so this leads me to my next question. If, for instance, a business or an individual runs into financial problems, perhaps files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, what happens with the stuff and what happens with, the money that they owe you?
Well, we do take a small amount of deposit. Our usual terms is usually on gyro or they pay upfront. In the event they cannot make the payment, it's best to get in touch with them or they step forward. We give them a limited time to clear their goods or inventory. If they can't, we have to repossess the unit before the next month ends.
Okay. Well, what are some of the most eye-catching goodies that people have stored at Work+Store?
Well, I have had a customer who approached us wanting to store bear bricks, I think two years back. And when she mentioned bear bricks to my staff...
That's a very interesting hobby.
Yeah, we were like, wow. Because when customers come on board with us, they usually have to take insurance. And our usual coverage is about $1,000. That's where my staff actually shared with her the coverage is only $1,000. We encouraged her to take a higher coverage. End of the day, she went up to take about $150,000 coverage for,
my goodness.
For the insurance.
To sustain her bear bricks hobby.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yes.
And how long did she store these bricks for?
For 6 months. But interestingly, from that period, we also see a lot of people starting to store their hobby items. And they wanted a climate control environment. So unlike a non-aircon environment, a climate control environment will help them to store their items better, prevents mold. That's where last year we started a climate control storage environment for this group of customers as well.
Interesting. So how much of an additional cost does that place onto your business?
Customer will be expected to pay about 25 to 30% more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of that climate control environment cost overall.
Yeah.
Okay. What is off limits? What is not allowed?
Yes, we before the customer come on board, we actually ensure them to declare what do they store. What we do not allow is like perishables, like food, and batteries as well, because
but pet food is allowed.
Pet food is allowed. Dried pet food.
Dried pet food.
Yes.
Okay. Batteries, obviously, because it's a fire hazard.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Do you do spot checks for these goods?
Not regularly, but randomly, because my team will do their walkabouts on a weekly basis. Because the storage space, we do have customers coming in and out as they walk through the facility. They will see the customer opening up their doors. That's where they can also have a chat with them to look at the items. How do they store and what kind of items do they store?
Just continuing on the cost conversation, where are these facilities located? I would assume maybe industrial areas, because you need a lot more space, and it's generally commoditized, and we're space constrained here in Singapore. Yeah. So how do you deal with the overheads, rental costs, etc.? Yeah.
So self-storage itself still primarily has to be housed in an industrial zone, as the government states. So we are actually find ourselves setting up facilities in industrial areas that's close to residential estates, where it's more accessible. That's where we want to make our storage more affordable, where consumer can cut down on their transport costs, and the storage cost the quantum size is not too big for them to pay each month. So storage sizes have to be small and affordable. That's where our unique offering compared to a traditional warehouse. Yeah.
So that's what stands you out from your competition. What would you say, I suppose, aspiring entrepreneurs can learn from you in terms of those that are looking to enter nascent sectors that present untapped and promising opportunities for growth?
Well, I'm a firm believer of innovation. Is always accepting change as embracing change as an opportunity. Where I do see opportunities in storage, that's where I start to embrace it. But by embracing it, that doesn't just stop there. Innovating from there is more important. And observing trends. Like, for example, in the last couple of years, I do see a lot of, when I go out for dinners, I do see a lot of people starting to bring their own wines instead of buying wine from the restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, I have a few chat with my friends. They're also starting to tell me, I started to collect wine. So I went to study even further. I realized there's a growing demand for wine lovers in Singapore. And people are starting to store wine at home, but space, like you all say, house is small, right? They need enough space to store wine. So in fact, this year we started a storage for wines. It's it's a climate controlled environment as well, 13 to 14 degrees, where customer can not only store wine at home, but if overflow, they can store at a self-storage facility as well. Yeah.
So as a CEO, I'm curious to know, what are some of the influences in your leadership style? What kind of style do you like to impart on your employees?
Well, when I was young, I was just always looking out. I just need to rent the space out, put up a banner or marketing campaign, wait for inquiries, just fill out the space. But as years goes on, I learned to grow to understand there's a need to understand customers' behavior, their demands, and what is the trend it's about, and work around it rather than just a straight method. So going to the ground, getting to know what people want, that create my style of leadership, even with my team as well. What they are good at, what they are not good at, what's their strength, how do I take, how to help them in terms of where they fall short on. Yeah, it's always listening to the people
I assume
around.
to some degree, self-storage business is a labor-intensive one, especially for a lot of your employees. So how do you sort of take care of your employees? Do you have like a well-being day, one well-being day for a month or something like that?
We are quite a close-knitted team. We do regular bonding sessions. We will have, together with the main group, we also have exercise day, where we get participation from them, loosen it up a little bit. We have dinners together. Yeah.
And what are your expansion plans? Final question. If you were to, let's say, cast your mind 5 years down the horizon, where do you see Work+Store going?
Well, we do see the demand is still increasing, not only just from individuals and business owners. I think self-storage will go a long way, helping business to be cost efficient because of flexible lease and low cost. We do see expansion of facilities in Singapore. Hopefully, we can venture out into other countries as well, where e-commerce is big in their own space.
All right, we've been in conversation with Danny Wong, CEO of Work+Store. He focuses on self-storage. We're all familiar, of course, with traditional warehousing, but he's bucking that trend, and he's doing a pretty good job. Danny, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Aman. Thank you.
All right, stay with Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.